Black form, black sword.
Shadow magic. Keep on spiral.
Earth magic, tectonic ruins.
Chocolate magic. Eating chocolate.
Computer magic. Screen visualization.
Oh God, that fell down the
Cringe.
rails so quickly.
You know it,
look at
bud.
me. Look at what I'm doing. I almost did a full-on dab. I almost cringed at that part.
Oh my God, you're Claudia. You're Claudia.
No, yeah, you're basically doing a JoJo pose, buddy. I also go into their YouTube. My name is the Dark Reviewer, and welcome to another anime review I will put on the channel now, because we are going to a recent shonen of recent years that basically is now becoming one of the big new big three of our generation, or big four. It really depends on like how many shonens we saw this year. But it's going to the one done by the same studio that has done Naruto, but in our opinion, it's actually better than that one, and also way better than Fairy Tail. Black Clover.
If you can't tell, I'm a big fan.
As you can tell by all of us, I mean, you can tell by the color we're all wearing.
Very fitting, because like I would have worn a random shirt because I didn't think we were going to do it.
I know, right?
But
Damn,
yeah,
I wore a black beater on accident with a black do-rag. Jeez.
Damn, Trey.
but yeah, guys, this anime, Black Clover, started back in 2017 and 2018. And here we are in 2021, where it did take a bit of a break. The anime is finished for now.
For now.
We will see, because we are gonna get a movie announced.
Ooh.
More information on that, hopefully sometime soon. Please, God, tell me.
We may get it next year. Who knows? Like, more info.
We shall see. But gosh, this shonen anime, this is like a breath of fresh air, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still, let's be honest, it is a shonen. It has all these shonen tropes. The main character is dense as a doorknob.
There's a tsundere.
Tsunderes and rivalries, over-the-top fights, crazy, but also very unique villains, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
But this is where it really comes into play, where the Black Clover really has an edge over some of the other shonens. It actually has a consistent story throughout a lot of it. Let's face it. One Piece, Dragon Ball, Bleach, Naruto. You can put Gintama in there as well. Fairy Tail. They have stories. They have a main story, but it's really like broken up and like not very concise.
Right, you have to work to find the connecting lines. Black Clover, it's just a straight line.
There is a straight line, and also we can say this. Thank the Lord about this. There was actually little to almost no filler at all in this shonen anime.
And the thing is, even with fillers, they were created by the creator himself. Which makes it even more unique.
If there is actually one criticism I will give to on that note, is the fact that apparently, like, okay, I'm not gonna go too in depth into it, but you remember, like, prior to the Witchman arc when they met that family couple?
Yeah.
That apparently, like, those family you can only know about if you like read a light novel that's not even sold here in America. That kind of thing kind of threw me off.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, what the fuck were these guys?
Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not like the biggest culprit of this is like Naruto, that has like seasons and seasons of film.
And that's don't forget,
wasn't there one
shonen? I should put it. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we got to talk about some of the stuff that really got us into the show. Like, it could be like a certain character that got us in the show, a certain fight that got us in the show, opening, whatever it was. To be quite honest, Black Clover to me was very, very
consistent,
cut and paste, very consistent. But it didn't really hook me enough as it is,
Agree.
until, of course, I saw the fight and the reveal of Zagreb.
Yeah.
That I knew for a fact as soon as I saw that, he alone grabbed my attention. The lore behind the devils and what we're going to expect with the triad, even though they came on disappointment, to be quite honest.
Yeah. Well,
But
Two of them
yeah.
were only affected as villains. One
But
is
yeah,
just
it was definitely that fight, the character of Zagreb, but also the opening songs. The fourth or fifth opening, I can't remember which one it was, but it was Right Now, and also
It's
opening
a knife.
and also opening 10 Black Catcher were the ones. Those are things that really got me into the show. How about you guys? I'm gonna open up to the floor to you guys. What got you involved in the show the most?
well, okay. Here, I let me start. I only started watching Black Clover in 2018, almost early 2019 on Hulu because I saw it. I was like, okay, I'll check it out. Admittedly, the first few arcs were very cut and dry. They were just there. But then with the seabed arc, that's when I started to feel like, okay, this show is getting good. You know, because we get character development from everyone. And I think it just got up there. You know, I started to see like, okay, now I see why people didn't hate Black Clover. It's good. You know, it's starting to grow. It's not a Naruto copy and paste story. You know, Asta actually earned his power. You know, he earned it. Although, you know, I could not give a shit about it. I'm sorry. He's too much of a Gary Stu.
especially in the manga, because Jesus.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, we'll get
ahead.
to that later. But what about you, Nate? What got you into the show the most?
Well, this is like a bit of an interesting story. I avoided Black Clover for about like 3 years since its debut because I saw some clips. It didn't really stick with me, mainly because of the voice acting and all that. The animation didn't really look good for me. I avoided it for about like 3 years, and I think it was around 2019 and 2020. Both Kevin and Nicholas kept asking me to get into it. They kept asking me constantly. Sorry. It's fine.
We shouldn't be sorry.
It's fine, but jeez, I just got like a little bit annoyed by it because like getting into a series, I like to get into it in my own manner. I don't like to get forced into it. It wasn't until looking over like the Pokemon Clover story that Kevin worked on, I was like, okay, I might as well take a look at it. I might as well see how it goes. Yeah, it was rough, but there was one arc that got me into it, the Seabed Temple arc. That
yeah.
Because that is easily my favorite arc because it actually took a 180 for me. Like, all the characters are actually growing. The Veil fight. I know people love the sacrifice and all that, but the Veil one is still my personal favorite.
Okay, yeah. What about Trey or EDA? What got you guys into the show the most?
Oh, Nate, EDA, you want to go first or?
Nah, teacher first.
Okay. What honestly got me into it was honestly kind of a whim because I've been seeing a lot of reviews and stories and art of Black Clover more and more lately. I've been hearing more positive things about it. And for the longest time, I was like, even if it's getting better, I still don't feel like I'm going to get into it that much. But I got to the point where I just kept seeing it pop up everywhere and everywhere. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. I tried to watch some of the anime. I do not like the inconsistent art. I just didn't.
I know.
Yeah, let's be fair. A lot of Black Clover's animation is very, very inconsistent until the last half that we saw.
So I checked out the manga, and dear God, it is like night and day. Like the quality of it and the pacing of it felt so much smoother with it. I even read the initial pilot chapter of it that was released before it, as I was going through it. And probably what hooked me into the series that made me realize, okay, I'm gonna enjoy this series, was honestly as early as the early as the Clover Kingdom invasion. You know, with that when the Midnight Suns first attacked, when we first see Yuno in action, we see Fuegelion and Julius start showing off. Like those are the characters that really got me hooked into it. Like even before back then.
Fair enough.
Nice.
Okay, EDA, how about yours, man? What got you into the show?
All right. Well, I was streaming on Adult Swim on demand one day. I saw it was on one of my queue to watch. I popped it on, and I enjoyed it. I kept watching it week after week after week because it was kept getting my interest. I mean, So there's a lot of good here. There's some bad. I'm not going to pretend it's a 10 out of 10. There is some inconsistencies, but it's so good. What hooked me was probably the Hajj village arc.
Oh,
Yeah,
That
because
arc-
that's when we first start to see the effect of Asta on his squad mates. Because let's not forget, if he wasn't there, everybody in that cave would have been dead. And you take him out of that scene, not only does everything change, it changes for the worse. It's a terrifying idea.
Oh yeah.
And yes, the songs are good, the endings are good, the characters are fun to watch, unless they're the creepy pedophile brother thing. Yeah, I don't get what made him make that decision. I don't know, but overall, it's a damn fun watch.
definitely. And since we're going into since you brought up the idea about the characters, and I'm pretty sure we all were it's like the characters really grabbed our attention, was basically how the characters stacked up. I mean, let's be honest, and I do agree with Trey and everyone else that we know that Black Clover's cast, a lot of them are pretty forgettable. If I'm being very honest,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's like a major
Asta,
flaw.
when he started off, Asta was basically it was kind of, he reminded me too much of Natsu, Naruto, just not a lot of brain power working up there, but by the end of the series, he got freaking swole. I don't know what.
Yeah.
what happened.
I want to know his workout routine because I could use it.
It looks like he has more than just a 6-pack. It looks like a 12-pack in my opinion.
No.
Who
I
knows?
think even his bicep has a 12-pack at this point.
But it's also what got him into the Black Bulls. His best friend and one of my favorite, one of the cool characters, Magna. Was that he's a cool character.
Oh yeah, Magna's awesome.
He is so underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But of course, there's always has to be we also got to talk about the ladies in some of these shonen animes.
Oh yeah, this is one of its major strengths.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
almost
yeah.
every single female character has development. They actually show growth. I mean, Noelle has growth, Mimosa has growth, Marileona has growth,
Vanessa.
Vanessa has growth. Just everyone
Marlon.
has a lot of it. I mean, of course, my best girl is still Noelle. I mean, come on, the time when she got her Aqua Valkyrie armor, she helped stood up to
Oh.
her family, and especially in the manga, the upgrade she had.
Honestly, starting Black Clover, Noelle didn't really click with me, but it
Yeah.
took 3 times that she started to click with me. The first one was the Seabed Temple arc, of course. That kind of clicked with me was when she finally owned Solid. Damn, that was satisfying. And the third one, it's the manga that clicked with me.
Oh yeah, but definitely we gotta go into a lot of negatives because this wouldn't be a review if we just kept kissing its ass for 1 minute. The negatives, definitely the animation. Wow, the animation was inconsistent.
Oh, even when
Yeah.
it was supposed to be a really cool scene, and I admit, one of my favorite scenes in this whole show is when we first get Black Asta.
Yeah,
The fight scene in that was wonky AF, but the transformation alone just barely saves it.
I
just
know.
barely. And I will say it though as well. A lot of the fights they did, as we know for Lost Show, they did kind of drag on a little bit. Some of them did have to drag just because of the pacing with a lot of it. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know. There's a lot of different negatives off the top of my head. Kevin, what about you, man? What sort of negatives did you notice in Black Clover?
You know.
Okay, yeah, you know.
I love the double
Definitely
pun.
you.
I love the double pun.
Okay. Let me explain. All right. Look, I like rivals. Okay. I liked Gray from Fairy Tail. I guess I like Sasuke from Naruto before he went through that whole mega emo phase. I like Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. I like Renji from Bleach. I like rivalries where we see them head at each other and such. And I like the story with Yuno. He was a pathetic crybaby before Asta encouraged him to, get stronger. But He is boring. Okay, I'm sorry. Look. It's not okay. It's not that he's boring, but he's like bread. Okay,
Bland.
Like, he's completely bland.
It's fine in concept, but you're gonna do much more with it.
Yeah, there's not like. Look, he has funny moments. He's blunt. That's great. You know, I like those moments. It's just like I feel like they could have been more. I feel like he could have been less of a dick to Asta, especially in the first episode. Because let's be honest, the first episode in the first chapter of manga, he was a dick. Even though
Yeah,
Asta's the one that helped.
I mean, he's kind of still a dick, like throughout the whole chapter.
Yeah, but
throughout
still,
the
it's
whole
just like
series,
he should have. Because Asta said it, like he could have been at least more supportive. And then, oh boy, is when he got his grimoire. Oh man, everyone treats him like he's the fucking rebirth of Christ, and it is fucking annoying. Like remember the dungeon arc when he magically got Belle and she got strong? Then when we don't see him for a while, then he comes back. Oh, he's strong enough to fight invaders. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Then when he comes back, oh, he's able to fight a captain. He has a new form. Oh, yeah. No, oh, wait, now he's been taken over by reincarnation of an elf. Oh, wait, now he has a light sword. Oh, wait, now we're going to say, oh, he's the prince of Spade Kingdom. Oh, yeah. And oh, yeah, now he's a god. What the?
That was
And
ridiculous.
we haven't even gotten to what happened in the manga yet.
Look,
Yeah.
it is so frustrating. Okay, it's like, okay, I want him to earn it. It just feels like utter bullshit at times, you know? And it's just everyone keeps saying he is perfect. He is a god. And I'm like, okay, we get it. Tadaba. Stop dick sucking this guy. Okay, give him something. When he finally lost and almost died, I thought, yes, he's finally getting character growth. And then what happened in the manga made me go, okay, well, I fucking lost all hope in Yuno. I fucking lost it. All right?
You know what this?
Yeah.
You know what, this actually could be a really good spin-off of Black Clover. It's the same story, but this time it's from Yuno's perspective.
Oh, it's like Honest Student Heist, Magic Heist.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
You
I
know
agree.
what
That
it
could
would've
be a
been?
fun idea.
You know
It
what
could've.
really helped out with the whole bullshit thing? Remember the fight with Yuno and Rill? Have Yuno actually fail the spirit form, like have him struggle with trying to contain it.
Yes.
That would have really been interesting.
Sorry if I,
Go ahead, Trey.
Yes.
sorry if I
go,
get my
Trey.
perspective on the character writing and maybe a little bit of negatives.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, man.
All right, to start off with the character writing on this one. Okay, my favorite character in Black Clover is Luck. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's Luck with Yami as a close second. But, and this may surprise all of you guys, I was thinking about it over the past couple of days. I think objectively the best written character in the series is Noelle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, like the
Of all
most developed.
people. Of
Yeah,
all people.
I'm being legit serious because like the only thing that bugs me about her is the fact that her Sundere bullshit kind of lasted this long. Like if it
Yeah.
was like a little bit early on, but kind of started getting dropped as it went along, then there really literally wouldn't be any problems with it. Like she would be like the equivalent of how Endeavor is in My Hero Academia, in my opinion. Because like when you examine their writing structure and their respective character arcs and the way they're going, there really isn't many flaws. You understand what they are, you understand what they're doing, you understand why they the way they are, and you understand how they're developing over the course of the series. And like a lot of what Noelle does, it does genuinely feel earned. It makes sense. Some of the power-ups she gets. Like I never really felt frustrated with her character. Like the only thing I was a little bit worried about was her beating Vanica, which thank God it didn't happen in the way I thought it would. But
Thank God.
thank
Yeah,
God
yeah,
the manga
yeah.
kind of fixed that.
I
Yeah.
work with
Yeah.
Yuno.
Don't you know?
Oh yeah,
But-
that's what you call subverting expectations in a satisfying way.
Mhm.
right. But now it's time to kind of get into the negatives, and this also is going to touch on who I think is probably the worst written character.
Yay.
My least favorite characters are Gauche, and the zombie dude. I think his name is Rodriguez.
Oh,
Oh, I
Radius.
forgot about
Yeah,
him.
Radius. But for me, the objectively worst written character is the dude that Asta first fought in his devil form.
Oh,
Landros.
Logical.
who fucking cares
Andros.
about Landros? He's so fucking.
Yeah, and this kind of goes into what I think is a negative for Black Clover. How Asta kicks his ass, and then all of a sudden he becomes
No.
good.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a bit okay. I like the fights in Black Clover, dude. From a choreographer standpoint, it's all good. Technically, they're all good, but it feels kind of repetitive with the kind of themes and messages each fight is reinforcing.
Yeah, in a way.
Like it kind of feels like the good guys are always fighting with this one core theme, and the bad guys are fighting with their clearly wrong, selfish mentality that ends up getting proven wrong at the end. It's like, yeah.
Unless you're a
Feels like-
literal devil.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, unless
Like,
you're
the last-
Zagreus or someone else like that.
Like the latest fights that I felt were actually interesting in the manga were Jack and Magne's fights with Dante. Because at the very
Oh,
least, they're
okay,
coming
yeah.
from two different places. Because like Jack, he's coming from a very survivalist standpoint, and Magne, he's coming from the idea of how like he is weak, but he can still fight alongside the strong. Which admittedly is a theme that has occurred in Black Clover, but usually in Black Clover it's always just like working together, being righteous and fighting and stuff. Like what genuinely annoyed the fuck out of me was when Asta ruins Zora's traps.
Oh my
That
god,
genuinely
that was
pissed me off.
stupid.
Okay,
Okay,
to
like,
be
look.
fair, he didn't know.
He also can't sense magic.
That's true, but the fact that he fucking did that, and for the sole reason of like, now you're gonna have to work for it. What the fuck is fucking?
Okay, Trey,
What's wrong with
Trey, can I? I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to point this out, and it's not from Black Clover, it's from another series. That's how I felt with Kurapika in Hunter x Hunter during the Hunter exam when they were fighting the prisoners. When he wasn't willing to kill that prisoner, I felt frustrated like that. That's how you felt right now is how I felt about Kurapika.
Okay, yeah, no, I can relate to that.
Because like they had this thing they had to do, and yet they fucked it up because of something else. So I agree. Continue, Flo. No.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, that's my main criticism towards Black Clover from a manga standpoint. And really, I can't really think of too many negatives. Like recently in the arc, it feels kind of like, okay, you guys are gonna disagree with me on this, probably. I feel like its villains are part of its weaker aspects too.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, actually,
Yeah,
you're not
some of that.
wrong with that. Some of them are definitely more like just like what like they literally just had to pull something just because they wanted to like have the main characters struggle and overcome an obstacle. Whereas some other villains they definitely have earned that place, but no, it's definitely a lot of the villains are forgettable and one note.
Well, I mean, like the one villain that I really liked from the Dark Triad was Xenon, because we see his backstory. You see, he and Yuna are literally two opposites. Like
Yeah,
he's
Zenon
literally-
was actually pretty good. Him and
Yeah, he
Pytre, I can
was.
admit, from a writing standpoint, they're actually pretty good. But in comparison, the other elves and the rest of the Dark Triad, Vanica and Dante, they were kind of a letdown. They were
Oh yeah.
Yes, they were. They were,
some-
buddy.
Dante was
Sometimes
the
you
biggest letdown for me, to be honest.
Magna
sometimes-
beat Dante. Like,
That was
what
awesome.
the hell?
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
That was awesome. He did what Luck couldn't do.
Let's just be honest. Sometimes you just need an evil character to be evil. You don't need a deep backstory for every single one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. I didn't say the
Clover.
villains were bad. I'm just saying it's probably its weaker aspect in the sense that it doesn't really have like too many standout villains.
Yeah, I mean,
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I'm like,
There's
yeah.
like there's no Frieza, there's no Cell, there's no Meruem, there's no
Pain.
Pain, there's there's not a lot of like
Technologia.
things like that in Black Clover. But those are some good points, Trey. I definitely
Yeah,
commend you for
yeah.
that.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, how about you, EDA? What are some of the negatives that you saw with the series?
and
Well,
your pick
yes.
as well.
Oh yes, some of the animation was not good. I personally feel like some characters could have been pushed more, and they could have been made a bigger deal. Oh, like one of my favorite girls, Rebecca. After that arc, she kind of just disappeared and hopped up. I mean, you're building this. I get you want to push Noelle and Asta together, but she's the one who kissed him first.
Oh,
gotta-
yeah, definitely. He was.
True.
You've gotta at least make it a little more interesting than just, all right, I get the first kiss, I win. You gotta do more of that. Another thing I'm a little upset about is we're hearing all this talk about how terrible the Diamond Kingdom is, but we never actually see it. I'm really
Oh.
hoping we actually get to see that. And I'm hoping that's the next kingdom we go to. I mean, we've already done 3 out of 4.
True.
And yes, I am aware those are the cards. Those are the whatever of the cards.
But yeah, these are all some really, really good points about Black Clover,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
It's
we
very,
listen
very
to
simple
Joe,
about it.
Yes, and just because we love something doesn't mean we can't take a critical eye to it.
Oh yeah, hugely. Like especially.
I actually think that says more about how much of a fan you are when you're actually willing to criticize something you like than you are if you just say no. It's perfect. It's 100% fine. Nothing's wrong.
No, yeah, and people, we know a lot of people who like they will die defending Fairy Tail, they will die defending Naruto, they will die defending Bleach. They'll
Die defending the Star Wars sequels.
Oh,
they
yeah.
like yes, they'll. Besides that last one, there are the good. The good is there. The good is there for a lot of these series, but if you don't look at it from a critical standpoint as a fan entirely, you're kind of not being honest with yourself.
Yeah.
To me, you cannot be considered a fan unless you accept both the good and the bad of
Yeah.
whatever you enjoy.
Of course,
Absolutely.
and like people may. Immediately it was cheesy, but I actually liked a lot of the comedy in Black Clover. A lot of the comedy
Yeah.
actually
Oh, yeah.
works.
Comedy
Oh
works.
yeah.
I mean,
For
some of
me,
it was
it's-
dumb, but it was alright.
For me, it was like the comedy. I enjoyed it very early on, but over time, I was kind of like, yeah, it's there. It's
Oh
there.
yeah. But like the one thing that got me like laughing the most was definitely some of Noel's earlier tsundere moments, like in the carnival on this like double date kind of
Oh my
thing.
God.
Oh my god.
Or on GTA during one of those dates.
Like, how did you turn a single action magic rifle into an auto, like an AK-47?
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of that fact, can we talk about the fact that Sister Lily is an abuser? Is a child abuser?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Austin's a horny mother effer.
Well, it's not that he's horny; it's that he wants to protect her.
He just wants to be with a nun.
Like literally like
Okay,
marry
actually-
me.
Okay, so that means any girl that's in love with Asa they just need to find a nun outfit.
And be abused, and out they also have to hit him.
So Noel.
That makes
Yes.
Well,
Noel's
one.
definitely-
Noel's two out-
more.
Noel's 2 out of 3.
Wait,
Yeah.
And she uses water magic too. So
Yes.
So hey,
3 out of
get
4.
mega plus.
Sister Lily was foreshadowing.
But yeah, I mean, of course, it's anime. You gotta do a beach episode. You gotta have one.
Yes.
sooner or
Oh,
later.
yeah.
I honestly like that beach episode
But-
and the filler one too.
It actually
Oh my
yeah.
god,
works.
actually, you guys are gonna hate me for this. The underwater arc. That is probably actually my least favorite arc in the series.
Wait, what?
Okay, don't
Why?
get me wrong. The fights are amazing, but I'm going to be fucking honest with you. The mermaid character or the underwater characters, I do not fucking remember them. I barely
Oh,
care.
that's sad.
Yeah,
And
that's
also,
actually-
also, another thing. There are underwater kingdoms, but we never go back to a single one after this.
He's not wrong.
Point.
They introduced this major world-changing aspect of the Black Clover universe, and we don't ever see it again.
Well,
It's the,
you know,
it's the
to be
same
fair,
thing with the Witch's Forest, dude.
Yeah.
That is, they introduced these cool concepts about world building in Black Clover's world, like fucking Charmy being a dwarf.
and they don't go.
Half dwarf.
It's never fucking explored.
Well,
It
Trey,
just happens to move the plot along.
Trey, you basically explained a lot of One Piece right now.
No.
He's
no,
got a lot
One
of
Piece-
shonen, actually.
No. One Piece. No, it's Sky Island arc. I'm not a big fan of Sky Island, but at the very least, they repeatedly reference and even go back to several Sky Islands, even like several arcs later. Stuff they took from Sky Island is still in use, like the dials, the impact dials. It's a major part of what makes Usopp grow as a character. And even in a time skip, Nami spends her whole time training on a fucking Sky Island.
Mm-hmm.
Bellamy, a previous character who seemingly was like a throwaway gag character for Luffy to beat up on, he traveled up to a Sky Island and came back as a noble dude after seeing that dreams are still real. We don't get that with the underwater kingdoms in Black Clover. Besides the two underwater chicken dude that helped out Asta and Noel. They come
Oh,
back.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Chicken dude?
You
That's
try
just-
explaining it. You try explaining it.
Listen, we're not the
Chick and
writers.
dude.
But yeah, it's just we can all say like, I mean, we wouldn't be fans of anime if we didn't have some of our favorite ships either. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
let's be honest. Black Clover
Listen.
does have a lot of them, especially around Asta and a lot of the females that he meets. I mean, I'm personally a Noel Asta shipper because I just think that pairing is great. But it's also, I don't mind the one with Mimosa. I really don't mind Mimosa, even though I'm not the
It's
biggest fan of
awesome.
Mimosa's character. It's just but I do see that as like being a real like and actually carrying a relationship if they ever go that route they wanted to.
I mean, I agree. I'm an Asta Noel shipper. Surprisingly, okay, I'm gonna shock you with this. I don't like the Yuno and Charmy ship.
Oh yeah,
No.
that was
Oh,
so
that's a
random.
bit
It's so
weird.
Oh yeah,
one-sided.
on that note, I actually headcanon Yuno as asexual.
That's fair.
That makes 100%
Yeah, it
sense.
was-
I know, but a ship I would actually like is Yuno X Meloso. I don't know. I just think it would work.
I can kind of
No,
see
I got-
that.
Oh yeah. There's
But
There's just so many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it-
my favorite non-Asta pairing would be Yami Charlotte.
oh,
yeah,
I was just
Okay,
about to
yeah.
say that. I was just about to say that.
Well, not really. Right?
It just
Like,
works.
he's gonna
Like, both of them
deflower
have,
her.
like a good chemistry.
What?
I just love the funny moments.
Look,
Especially
look,
when Charlotte runs away.
look, listen, guys. At the end of this arc, when Charlotte holds Yami and they save him, he's gonna
If she doesn't
deflower her.
confess,
No,
if she
no,
doesn't
no.
confess
No,
at that
Nicholas, you're
scene,
ruining the joke. Shut up. He's gonna deflower her at the end.
no,
Oh,
we
yeah,
get the joke. You just said it a million times.
Well, I couldn't say it because you kept repeating. So shut the fuck up. All right, your turn up. Oh, wait, you already said your piece. Okay, Trey.
Yes.
okay. One second.
Oh, you're good.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. My favorite ship would have to be Luck X Mereleone.
Okay, I'm fucking out of here.
How
No, no,
does
no,
that work?
No, you know what? That actually works. And from some bizarre level, that actually could work.
I'm
Yeah,
joking.
and I can
I'm
see
joking
more of
about
it.
that.
Yeah, I guess it could work.
Oh my
I'm
God, he was
joking. I'm honestly
joking.
not joking. I just wanted to say the most out there pairing. But no, surprisingly enough, I don't really ship really too many characters in Black Clover. Like, I don't think I even ship a character. Like, the only pairing I can say I actively do support is Finral and his fiance because of what it
Oh,
does
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah, that's
Nate
great.
wants to ruin it. 'Cause
with
he's
Vanessa.
Yeah, he wants to ruin it.
Hey,
So what? Who's
He's gonna take a lot
Finral's
of time.
fiance gonna go to? His piece of shit brother?
Hey, listen, at
Right.
least Longwrist is trying to make things up.
Because think about
Oh,
that. His
idiot! You're
parents
gonna
still
give
suck
Logris
up
a
for
fucking chance. You don't
Logris,
give
even though
Bakugo a
he's
chance.
still gay.
Longwist actually said he was sorry.
Well, Bakugo did too in the manga.
Kevin, what
I have-
the fuck?
I don't
I
care.
haven't gotten there yet.
Oh,
Care.
oh well. It's just
Oh man.
we can also like talk about basically how do we think the ending of the anime was for now for Black Clover? How did it make us
Oh, yeah, that.
feel in a way, and how do we expect this series going forward, regardless if we read the manga or not? Because to me personally, this ending actually, if it just ended right there, I honestly, in the back of my mind, I feel like it ended good.
Yeah.
It does leave it leaves my mind open to the possibilities about what's gonna happen later. And basically, since I'm reading the manga, I know what's happening later because they're
Yeah.
continuing it. But if it just ended like that, it would have been fine. It would have got people. It got my interest so much. I just love reading the manga, especially where it is right now. But it's also just the fact when we had Asta versus Libe as well.
Oh,
That was a really good final fight.
Especially with opening one playing in the background.
And all those
Oh.
callbacks too.
It was great. But what about you guys? I'm gonna open up to the rest of you guys. I've talked a little too much in this.
I kind of.
I'm actually in heavy disagreement with that, Brandon. Like, no disrespect or offense whatsoever, but like if the anime ended where it currently is, there's no real closure to anything. The Black Bulls are separated. Yami's fate is unknown. The leader of the Golden Dawn's fate
William.
is unknown. Yuno is doing God knows what. The Dark Triad is still playing its summoning. Asa just united with his devils. We know jack shit about Noct. There's too much left open and not wrapped up that, in all honesty, it's more frustrating than the anime ending of Hunter x Hunter.
Okay, I
whoa.
do see that. It's well, it's also like in my own mind's work is that we've seen a lot of anime just like end and not really continue after that, and like say like future series or another season, and it basically kind of forces you to read the manga.
Yeah.
But it's just the way I see it. It just piques my interest enough to read the source material, to actually go out and actually be invested with the series and just like sit down and just read it. instead of
For
just-
that
Yeah.
goal, I agree. I agree. For that goal, I agree. It does a good job at that. But on its own, if it was just the anime and the manga didn't exist,
yeah, I would have been upset.
Yeah.
But how about the rest of you guys? How did you feel about the ending of the anime for now with Black Clover?
Honestly,
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Nate.
yeah, because honestly, it almost gave me the similar vibes to how Fairy Tail ended with the Totoro arc. I thought it was just like felt satisfying. It's like, okay, so there's gonna be a bit more of that. I wonder what's gonna happen. I love it how it ends up with a mystery. Like it almost gives me like a what if vibe. Granted, I do wish it would have continued a bit more and had like a better closure, but I still think it works.
That's fair enough. Alrighty, how about Kevin, EDA, or Trey? How about you guys?
Well, Trey
I already
said
did
he-
his.
Oh, that's true.
For me, yeah, honestly, Brendan, it would not have felt right because there's a lot of series I like that haven't ended. I mean, like there's Hunter x Hunter, there's the Asterix War, there's Yuna of the Dawn, there's Chivalry of Fell Knight. Like all these series, like there's more that's gonna happen, but now we don't see it because the series is done. So if Black Clover does that, I'm gonna rip my hair out because it's just. It sucks. I mean, yes, it's great that Asta bonded with Liebe. It's awesome, but it's just like, where's that going to go from there? Like it doesn't feel like it's an end. It feels like the beginning of a journey. So yeah, but still, it was a good final episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. EDA?
I really have nothing else to add. Otherwise, other than just the emotion on that ending, it's like, yeah, that's a good place to put a pause button on.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. But it's just about the way to wrap up this review for Black Clover is how did this affect the anime community in a way? I mean, probably it's probably the most like, aside from My Hero Academia, this is probably the most in-depth and like combined community of anime. I mean, you had the fans animate an episode in a fight in Black Clover.
One of the best.
One of the
Yeah.
best ones I've ever seen.
Oh
That's
yeah.
like, I don't know any other anime studio that would do that. Like let go of the reins, because I know a lot of artists like me, especially, and being a filmmaker and a fanfic writer, I can be kind of controlling of my own work. But
Same.
for them to actually let go of the reins and let the fans actually try a shot at doing it, that alone is like praising Black Clover as a community.
That's one thing I had to give credit to the Black Clover community, because let's be fair here, as popular as My Hero Academia and other shonens are, there's always that one bit of toxic fandom and toxic war going on. Black Clover, there's not a single toxic war I have encountered, and that's actually rare, and I had to applaud it.
Yeah, let's not go looking for it, okay?
Yeah, don't.
The most toxic Black Clover can get I've seen is specifically with versus debates over whether or not Black Clover characters are Lightspeed or not. That is as far as I go.
Oh my god.
Wow, wow, okay.
Well, if that's it, well, if that's literally it, then that's the best one we've seen.
Yeah, exactly. No one, like everyone can agree. Like I love that everyone's just. Oh, you guys remember when people shit on Black Clover a few years ago? Now,
Yeah.
now they're like, oh yeah, Black Clover's awesome. Black Clover's awesome. Like,
It is.
it's just stupid.
It is literally what the Witch Queen says. They're not special, not in the slightest, but that's what makes you special. It
Yeah.
takes all those standard tropes, but just does them so well and in such a different way that you have to respect it.
It goes with that, like that saying says, you cannot judge a book by its cover.
Oh,
Especially if that book has 5 Clovers on it.
Indeed. So it comes down to our reviews for the ratings that we have for Black Clover.
Yep.
And as usual, I'm going to go last because that's the final verdict I will give it. So I'm going to give it off to EDA. What is your rating of how you would scale Black Clover?
Well, I'm not going to pretend that it's a perfect show. I'm not going to pretend that it's absolutely a train wreck like some of the other shows. But what it does well. It knows what it is, and it tries to execute it at the highest level. Yes, there are some bumps in the road, some character-wise, some animation-wise, but overall, I say it's a 4 out of 5.
That is a fair choice. And Trey, how about how would you scale the anime of Black Clover?
I would probably give it a 7 out of 10. It's above average. I would definitely recommend it to someone that wants to get into shonen. Like, I would definitely okay. Basically, this: if they wanted to get into Black Clover and they want to get into shonen, and they're somewhat familiar with shonen, I would recommend reading the manga. And that's my opinion of Black Clover. Yes.
That's fair. Fair enough on that. How about you, Nate?
Well, other than like the bad animations now and then, some filler episodes making me cringe, especially with that beaver episode.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was hilarious.
It just made me cringe. But anyway, like other than the animation, some filler episodes being kind of pointless and some characters not being pushed out, some of them just being a bit annoying. I still overall enjoyed the series. Like, it took a huge 180 for me. I really love the storyline. Most of the characters are well developed. I really love the magic system. And I definitely love the fights. I would give it an 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Go ahead. Kevin, how about yours?
It is like the series is like Asta. Everyone judged it, everyone criticized it, but then it started going past its limit, and I love it. Asta, Yami, Magna are my favorite characters. Noelle's my best girl, along with Mimosa and Vanessa. My favorite fight is still Asta and Yami versus Dante. It's just a great series. The manga's going strong. It is 8.5 out of 10.
Fair enough. So the final
a 0.5 out of 10? Or did I just hear that?
8.5.
Oh, yeah,
8.5
I did mishear it. Okay, my bad.
Shit.
It's all right. So the final verdict for me, because yes, as I was saying before, people always try to judge a book by its cover. They try to see like, oh yeah, the studio that made Naruto, this is gonna be this is gonna be like a pretty cliche shonen, fillers galore, but it doesn't. It doesn't do that. It takes what you expect a shonen to be, but does it in a way that keeps you invested. It doesn't break my suspension of disbelief. The magic system is great. Zagred is an amazing villain. The manga is definitely strong. The artist is just amazing at this. Granted, it has a lot of, like half of the cast is pretty forgettable. The filler arcs did help the story, but it's still filler. That's the way it is. So the final verdict I will give for Black Clover is a solid B-. It is a B- anime. It's a good shonen. If you want to get into it, it's definitely up there with like say My Hero, Demon Slayer, Hunter x Hunter, and just any other shonen that you think you could have. Just sit down, have a fun time. So that is what we have for Black Clover. And there we have it. That is another anime review in the bag.
Yay.
So yeah, guys, we will be doing another video later tonight. So be checking that one. But as of right now, this is what we have, and we are excited to see what they're gonna do with Black Clover next, because we will be getting a movie very, very soon. Hopefully, some more information about it and when and where it will take place. But
And what's the plot of it?
We will see. But right now, this is what we got. I'm the Dark Viewer. We're the guys in the shadows, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Black Bull's out.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.